Hello, everyone. It is July the 4th. It is Independence Day in America. And we in the United Agenda would like to wish everybody in America, apart from one parasitic family, a very happy Independence Day. This is the Man United Agenda. Hello, everyone, and you're very welcome here on this Tuesday, July 4th. I am joined by the old reliables, Mr. B, OMONDI Juma, and Andy Tate. And we had a conversation last week backstage where you likened me to Joe Pesci. And that's how I feel like today. They F you, and they motherfucking F you.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You know that's that lethal weapon, yeah.
That didn't take too long, did it, Rebel? Jesus Christ.
Sorry, Solo.
Solo is watching.
But, gentlemen, it is July 4th, and earlier on today, before we get into it, I do want to say hello to everyone in the chat. Please like, share, subscribe. I did do that part after I cussed Solo, so please do forgive me. But earlier today, Andy, Twitter lost its mind. A story broke from one of the oldest papers in Qatar, in Doha, that Manchester United is mere hours away from being liberated from Joel, Avram, and that clan of his over in America. And people have been watching, they've been waiting, but there's been no pitter-patter of little feet.
It's I mean it's illegal to do stuff over there like that, isn't it? To broadcast media, to put out stories. You can get jail time for that. I've noticed that with the Qatar media. If they put anything out that is misleading, they can face prosecution. So I would take this seriously. They must have reliable sources for this to do. I mean, this is Independence Day today in America. And if it was my way, I'd be doing Will Smith style from Independence Day, smacking him right in the face and say, "Welcome to Earth." Dead right. Big Will style, you know what I'm saying? Have a cigar like that just at the end, smoking there's the Glazers with a busted nose. But I think so there's something, like I say, Rio hinted on it yesterday. I said to my brother, I said to my dad, I thought, and my mates, like, there's got to be something in it. With this Rio thing, was it Mark Ornstein? There's one media journalist wants this, don't he? The British journalist wants this. He wants to break the exclusive. So he's like dangling the carrots in front of Rio and all that they've been talking. So there's no smoke without fire. So if they're saying that in Qatar, Rio's saying something as well. Like I say, like that Thanos says, we're in the end game. All we got to do is, like I say, when them fingers are clicked, they will disappear permanently.
Very true. And I suppose the other kind of interesting facet that came out today was even journalists that were tickling the chin of Sir Jim Ratcliffe and the Enos bid, even they're now coming around and they're kind of going, yeah, Jim's done. He's out of here. Apparently, their web server is automatically blocking anything to do with Manchester United and football, because obviously there have been people that have been leading a campaign to convince Mr. Radcliffe that Manchester United is not a viable investment opportunity. But I want to get your reaction to the figure that was quoted today. Now, this wasn't from the Qataris. They only said that it could be done in as little as a few hours, that they were waiting paper signing. The figure is £7 billion.
That is crazy. That is mental, and that is a world record sale for a sports team. One thing on Ineos I found out last night with my good friend over Mr. Mick Ruber. Ineos own the fracking rights in Urmston, Trafford, Stretford, and who plays in them areas. So Ineos own fracking rights for the future. Maybe it's got nothing to do with football, but mate, let's say Ineos are shrouded in controversy, and there's controversy right there. So for fracking for gas, Ineos would use Man United to basically to get fracking done in the northwest and get, money. So I learned that last night. Very, very controversial. I need to tell my dad about that. But £7 billion is absolutely, it's mind blowing. Absolutely mind blowing. Let's say we're being quoted at now, and are we going to get it done in time before the end of this transfer window? It's like you say, it could be hours away, it could be days away. So as soon as you sign the paper, the ink's not even wet, and you got to pass a Premiership completion form, haven't you? You got to transfer funds. So to the Cayman Islands, take it off the New York stock market. You still got a dozen other things to do before, like you say, you get your hands on the crown jewels.
Absolutely. Now, Mr. B and OMONDI, I do want to get you involved in the chat. Obviously, Rio has been hinting that he's inside the circle of trust, that he knows stuff. And so far, Mr. Ferdinand hasn't been able to produce the ace from the deck of cards. But in the last hour, Fabrizio Romano has been speaking to Give Me Sport, and he says, it's difficult to predict this very complicated story. I don't want to lie to Manchester United fans. I don't know when it would be completed. Honestly, the expectation was that we'd already have news since March, maybe even April. Now we are in July, and the situation is still the same. It is so very, very complicated.
I'm tired, Rebel. I'm going to be so honest with you, bruv. I am so sick and tired of the bullshit. It's just got long. In the beginning, it was exciting, innit? Yeah, we're going to get taken over. Now, I'm sick and tired of it, man. They got us all refreshing all of the pages. I know, Rebel, we must have wore out that refresh button on our phones today, waiting for something to pop. And I'm sure we weren't the only ones. Any little thing you're looking for, there's nothing. They're just taking us for dickheads, man. They're just taking us for arseholes.
That's 1-1, by the way, Mr. B. Just saying.
Sorry.
Who's going to get the last minute winner? I'm staying on the sideline with this.
I won't be swearing today, you know me. I just look, while they were talking about fracking, I had to look it up because I didn't know what fracking was. The process of injecting liquid at high pressure into subterranean rocks, boreholes, etc., so as to force the existing fissures and extract oil or gas. Fracking has been created as a shell boom in the United States. Okay. Thanks for that. I've learned something today.
They say Ineos has the fracking rights for basically Trafford, Urmston, Stretford, that part of Manchester. So that's why it would be so beneficial for them to get Manchester United. Sports washing, greenwashing, take it as you will. You know what I mean? They will do it under cover of darkness, basically. And so Jim will basically be signing the checks left, right, and centre, and the best friends with the government. So at least it's not happening.
At least I'm not one of them guys who goes, yeah, fracking. I don't know. If I don't know, I would say I don't actually know what that means.
I love the comment from Robbie Newman anyway.
I'm coming to that now. Big up to Brush, by the way, saying, not sure what's coming first, this takeover or Christmas, as Romano was saying there. Big up Neil as well. He's saying Christmas. Bath time in the house, saying he's having sangria. Vincent Bollocks in the house. Solo as well. Jeff. Robbie Norman, we're coming to you soon with a great comment about fracking.
Monday, what do you call him?
Robbie Norman.
No, the one before that. Vincent who?
Oh,
don't. I said Bullock.
He always gets it wrong. He always gets it. Anytime he calls his name, I say, "But OMONDI says he doesn't swear." But look, I thought it was just me. But all right, no problem.
Bath time saying Tate should go to his goth era. I think it's to do with your t-shirt. Can you show us your t-shirt, Tate? Rock this way. Simpsons rock this way as in walk this way, I think. Jeff's in the house as well, all over from America. And Stumpy Countertop, he's celebrating 4th of July. I want to say hi to Richard as well. Richard saying, evening news, Manchester United. I'm just going to come to a few comments here related to the topic at hand. Before I do, I think, Martha said, I think we all agree if there was first contact with aliens, it would be incredible if Tate was the first person they met. So very funny, very funny. All right, so Robbie Norman's obviously saying, frack off, Ineos, to what Andy was saying earlier about that. And Neil Driscoll is saying here, just want to take over to finish off now, just doing his heading. And Jeff saying, in my company, sports, oil and gas industry, with backup power, I hate fracking. New word today. I've really learned something. I'm really pleased about that. Mason Mount will be in Vale tomorrow, says Man United as well. And we'll say hi to Michael Hill. Ineos have a lot of land surrounding the Carrington training.
Yeah, that was it as well. Carrington, yeah, around the I forgot that. Sorry.
And Barclay saying the Saudis up at Newcastle are rebooting Biker Grove.
We ain't spooky like man. We ain't man.
All right, let's move on. 24 likes. Yeah, can I just start something? Because Mr. B done this last week. We got 23 watching at the moment. Should we aim for 50 likes? Is that ambitious? Mr. B got 45 last week. So I'm going to say, let's do 50, guys. 50 likes if you don't mind.
I'm better looking on Monday. Sorry, bro.
Yeah, of course.
Just a brief one, because I did see a comment there a minute ago asking me about potential Irish prospects. For the standard of Manchester United and what we would hope to get, there is one and only one that we should be looking at, and that is the striker at Brighton. He's not ready yet, but that is the diamond in the rough in the Irish crown jewels. A lot of our players would be lower mid-Premier League standard. Potentially, we have two goalkeepers that could be worth keeping an eye on as bench, but there's literally only one, and that is Mr. Ferguson from Brighton. So if you want an Irish starlet back, bringing us the look of the Irish, that's the man to go for. But gentlemen, we mentioned fracking, and of course we do know those dirty, rotten gobshites have been strip mining the resources of Manchester United Football Club for quite some time now. We are looking at our stadium in disrepute. We're looking at a training ground that is probably something from the Jetsons back in the 90s. And we are looking at a situation, Andy, where at present we have zero, nada, zilch, nothing, nil point in goalkeepers, because David De Gea is out of contract. The Rash is going to be sold to Forest because he's a dirty, rotten tattletale.
Yes,
and number 3, he's a coach doing his coaching badges, and he's not fit to be going in between the sticks. So Manchester United, on the top and the bottom of any formation, the point of our attack, and the person that's defending our goal, we have zero. How do we fix that, given that we have bumbling incompetence in the way that we've been running our club for the last decade at a minimum?
Fresh ideas, fresh plans, fresh injection, fresh faces, and it has to do with what's rumored to be happening at this moment in the next few hours. What happens now galvanizes us for the rest of the season and the rest of the transfer market. Even if we only get another 2-3 players, that's it. Qatar has to galvanize the people there. And they say they'll come in, here's the cash, get them 3 players in, then they'll do their assessment. We'll get the goalkeepers in we need. And maybe, who knows, maybe even De Gea will sign a contract again. I remember it Fellaini. Nobody's a fan of Fellaini, but he was going to leave, but he signed another contract, didn't he? So he could still stay. You don't know. You don't know what's going to happen in football. You know, money talks, as you say. De Gea might just want to go to Saudi, or De Gea might just like, wow, I can just be a number 2 and earn a living. You know what I mean? Earn a decent wage, and Qatar's coming in. By mid-time, my chance might come. We've been teased with Unana now. I've sung the song. We've all done it. We've seen him play, and you know what? A different type of goalkeeping standard. and a keeper that can see things as well. You can't tease United fans with that and then go for somebody else or keep the Gea. Or was it the Dutch keeper as well from Feyenoord yesterday?
Right.
You can't
Oh, the
tease
young
fans
guy.
now. We need a different mindset on goalkeepers now. So if you want to keep the old but bring in the new as well and rotate, that's fine by me. But you can't do this at all. So we have to get an Arno, and if De Gea wants to tag along, so be it.
So you say then that the way that obviously the club are talking, the media's talking, that there's no way that we cannot sign Anana, yeah?
Well, mate, you can sign players, can't you? I mean, do you sell a midfielder to get the goalkeeper? Is that what you do, or do you sell your midfielder to get another midfielder? You sell an attacker. You sell a defender to get. You sell Harry Maguire to get a goalkeeper. It's possible. Whoever you sell, use the funds and get out. Like I say, yesterday we're getting £4 million out from a Luton Town sell-on from the lad from Birmingham. Put it towards the kit, because like I say, we've only got another 50, 60 million in the bank in credit. It's stupid. But I don't believe that. There's loans going like yourself. We used a credit card last year to get 180 million quid, 180 million pounds worth, didn't we? We got Casemiro, we got Anthony. We panicked because there was nothing in the market after that Brentford game. They panicked. They wanted Artovich. They wanted somebody else as well, didn't they? Rabiot. And in the end, we both got played on them. There was circumstances with both players, which we won't get into. But we spent 180 million, so don't tell me it can't be done again, because he will.
Thank you very much.
Andy, you've raised a very good point, because this was where I was actually heading towards next. There's a good person that analyses the state of affairs of clubs very, very well. He's into his finances. He's into deep diving figures. And despite what those people in the red tops over there on your island would like to tell us, that we don't have a pot to piss in, he said that could not be further from the truth, because unless Joel and Evan Glazier or some one of those other twat waffles are sitting down in their newsroom telling them what we have to spend, they don't know diddly squat. Only they're guessing based on the body language that the club presents. And he reckons, at a minimum, without player sales, we have £200 million. That's double what the trash media are trying to sell United fans and trying to tell us we're not a big club, we're not financially sound, we're not going to be able to compete for this player, we're not going to be able to compete from that player. Is this all part of the buying this, selling this, Radcliffe to buy the club narrative that they're trying to present?
Yeah, I think it mostly probably is. I mean, if you're Jim Ratcliffe and you want to get your hands on United, you're dealing with a car wreck, can't you? You're dealing with a Ferrari that's got no wheels, a half-broken engine, and all it's got is some good bodywork, which is falling apart like the Old Trafford Stadium. But that's what I mean. Whoever comes in, even, like you say, if Qatar come in, there's still credit there. There's still credit there. There's still, like you say, we can. Listen, everybody says financial fair play. There's no such thing as financial fair play. 115/C. Man City can do it. Anyone could do it. Chelsea are cooking the books, buying players on 5-year contracts and selling a load. So don't tell me we can't do this, then pay back later on and sell a few on. So everyone's doing it. United can buy players and sell players on further down the line. It can be done. So I don't buy anything the media say. I don't trust any of the respected journalists, because all they want to just fill us full of absolute dread, make us depressed. And they're going to lose their gravy train soon. Their little connections with the club, their little drips and drabs will all evaporate. And I'm sure Qatar's taking note on who's been bad-mouthing them, who's doing this and that. And like, you're not coming in again. You're not coming in again. But nothing. We know what you said. You know what you've stated. And you're going to have to do a lot of sucking up to even get back into Carrington and get, like, say, I know journalists have got a right to interview on sport, but Qatar Qatar's watching the media network. I know for a fact there's going to be journalists who's not going to get any more benefits when they come in, and they'll be crying and spitting, writing articles. It's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. What have I done wrong? Well, what did you write the other month? Well, no, don't say anything. You know what I mean? Journalists are weasels, absolute weasels in all levels of media.
I totally agree with that point. There will be a lot of people connected to the club who, if we do get the Qatar guys in, won't be around anymore and won't have sort of inside information and that sort of thing. It's a scary time for them as well. So they're worried about their best interests. Just to go through a few comments here. This one, Bath Time keeps flagging up. Ganacho had a birthday party apparently, and in the birthday party he had genuinely 2 dwarves dressed as Messi and Ronaldo serving his cake. You're nodding, Andy. Is that true?
Haven't you seen the picture?
I've not seen it. Is this true?
That's
Do you
kosher.
remember Phoenix Nights? Do you remember Phoenix
Yeah,
Nights?
of course.
With Max and
I
Paddy
love
on the
that.
door. You got a load of Bolton fans singing, "We're Barmy, we're Bolton." How far away are they? And they were all midgets, they were all dwarfs. They were coming to the doors like Max and Paddy. You know, it was like two little dwarfs dressed as Messi and Ronaldo.
No
way. Ganacho was there. It was like, I thought it was hilarious.
Actually-
Absolutely hilarious.
Just a connection with people dressing. I don't know if you've seen it, but Mason Mount had his video of him leaving Chelsea Post today, and he had bleached blonde hair. There's a picture of him walking into Carrington today. He didn't have blonde hair, so he said goodbye weeks ago.
Wow. Just Neil saying here he's buying his shirt from China for 16 quid rather than 100 quid what they're charging at the moment, which is a lot of money, isn't it? Most certainly. I need to check out these pictures after the show. Richard saying
he's
here,
got a link. Ask him. I've told him.
the deal with Onana. KG Gamer saying here the board want to get Onana for under 50 million euros. That's under 40 odd million pound, I imagine. 40 likes says Solo. Let's aim for that. So he's lowered it from the 50. Bath Time saying, Andrew, what do you think about the David De Gea situation? Can't believe how messy it is, along with other things as well. Richard saying here as well, sell Fred, face blue smiling, face blue smiling. I don't get that. Maybe you guys do.
Actually, speaking of Fred, he was linked with a transfer to Saudi today, according to
everyone's
some.
going Saudi.
Yeah,
Apparently, Onana's
How much are they offering?
surely we get the Arab booster pack on that and get a 20% markup.
If Fulham were only played 20 million and Aldi offer 40, snap their hands off.
Herb, how you doing, Herb? He's saying not a team on the planet that wants to buy that fridge because it was suggested Maguire should go to free up some funds. Want to say hi again to Sigmund. He's saying you all understand where I'm coming from. I'm equally depressed about where the club is at the moment and the possible negative ramifications of the club's next chapter. I just want to know once and for all. He's really frustrated. He's also saying here, people messing about with our emotions, tied into the club, the link between us and the fallen loved ones. At this point, I can't help but feel full of dread. Love you guys. Stay well. Big up, Sigmund. Everyone,
And I think he's talking about there as well the fact that our women's team was gutted because of the inaction of those parasites across the pond. We've lost 2 or 3 of our best players, and the money hasn't been resourced to ensure that the project advances from where it was this season. So I can sense why his dread is the way it is.
I mean,
big up Andrew Williams as well. He's coming early. He's starting to do that now. He's saying Erik ten Hag is generally a good, very, very good manager, but he's not perfect. His rotation in October, November, and then in January, February was absolutely awful. Plus, he should have taken the captaincy of Maguire back in August. So he's having a lot of complaints. Stephanie Griffiths in the house. How you doing, girls? She said, evening legends. Just a quick tune in to give you a catch up later. Thanks, guys. And she's giving it a big up to everyone and bend it like Bowley. She's saying there. And Let's see. Oh, there's so many comments coming through. Vincent, how you doing? The board is like asking for repairing Nikes, and they buy you an ascot.
Well, I hope Qatar come in. You know, I hope we change kit manufacturers because I fancy going back to Nike. Really do. I would love to go back to Nike. Definitely.
And just a quick one, Andy Herbert. He was on Friday Night Takeaway with Mr. B's in the house as well. Arsenal fan, but we love him. You're doing well, bro. Big up.
Thanks very much, Monday, for going through all the comments. Please do give us the like, share, and subscribe, and let us know what realistically you think we can get done in a transfer window. I know yesterday you talked about Amrabat. He seems like he'd be a bargain for 20 odd million. Would that be a trade up, gentlemen, on Scotty McTominay?
Don't ask stupid questions, Rebel, please. I beg. I know you're a man of
There's a bear
intelligence.
shit in the woods. I mean, what type of questions that? Jesus.
It was one for you to gnaw all over and chew to ribbons, is what it was. It was-
I'm sorry, man. I watched Cocaine Bear, the film Cocaine Bear before. That based on a true story. I've never seen so much craziness. Anything.
Actually, Amundi, can you ask your special guest there how much we can realistically get for Harry Maguire? Because I think he might be more in the know than some of the journalists in England.
Yeah, that is a good question. How much do you reckon Harry Maguire's worth? Because when we take away the jokes and all that, he's still England's sort of first teamer, and he's still sort of at a good age.
Yeah,
our figure will be less than yours on Monday.
I think
30 million. You'd be lucky to get 30 million for him. That's it.
Okay.
But when everybody will try. Anybody comes in, will probably offer a measly 20. Seriously.
Yeah, but I think, to be honest, if somebody comes in and offers 20 for Maguire, they're taking a piss. I'll be honest. That's a disrespect to Maguire. To be fair, he's not worth 20. He's not worth. Come on, man, not 20 mil. He has to be worth more than that.
Jeff's saying here we need to send the Cocaine Bear to the Glazer compound.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
35 mil for Maguire. I'm gonna go and watch that film. It sounds really good now. And 45 million for Maguire, says Bill Badger. Not right for Ten Hag, but plenty good enough for Villa and West Ham and Spurs. And West Ham have got money, haven't they?
Oh yeah, Villa don't need him. They've bought that Torres, didn't they? He's
Carl Torres, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
God,
25 million. I would have still gone for him. Definitely looked at him for United.
Interestingly, gentlemen, we have criticised our way that we've done our homework in the past, that we've missed out on targets like Alvarez, Enzo, Casado. The list is depressing when you go through it. And as we all know, Ten Hag was surprised, and even Radnick before that, at the lack of dossiers available on what were known, I suppose, star potential players. And we didn't seem to have information on them. Now, there is a report just after surfacing, since 8 o'clock, that Manchester United sent scouts to watch David. Now, he's a player that we talked about, was it after Ronaldo left? And apparently, they do not have a lot of confidence in the £43 million rated player.
There's Jonathan David you talk about.
The very man.
From Lille, yeah. Yeah, good player. I mean, Canadian international, good player. He's got good stats, as in the French league. But Lacazette went over there last season, scored more goals than him. But he's got good running power, good pressing abilities. By the data that suggests that. Obviously, I don't get to see a lot of him, but I don't think he's that special. If you're going to get him in 20 million or something, but obviously he won't be valued like that. He's one of these players. He came from the Belgian league, and then he's ended up in the French league, and he hasn't really proven it on the international stage. On the international stage or in Europe when they're playing in European competition. It's all right playing in the French league and scoring goals, but Pepe was doing that too. And he, look what happened with him when he came to England. So I'm still big question mark about Jonathan David.
Question mark. I have something to say. Has the Man United Scouting Network ever claimed a major victory in the transfer and the acquisition of a player that's actually developed and actually done anything in the first team squad? No.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Not from Fergie days, not from Fergie onwards.
Fair enough,
From Fergie onwards.
No.
When Fergie left, has that scouting system delivered? No. So it's time for an overhaul. No. They have not delivered on anybody.
Good question. I'm struggling to scratch my head with that one. Yeah, there's not many players. Maguire 25 million. Jonathan David, what happened to Marcus Thuram on a free? Going back to B, can you answer this question? They were asking how Andrew Williams was asking. You said this before the show. How much is Maguire on a week? Could you just let them know?
Oh, it's 190 grand.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Actually, would Garnacho count, Andy? Is that a scouting victory?
I suppose that is your only victory in a regime that is about to end. And maybe Palestra. That's all you're going to get. Out of 10 years of scouting, they have delivered nothing.
Very true. Very true. Now, as we kind of come up towards the final segment, there is another article after cropping up, and that is that they reckon that Rio Ferdinand will have a big, massive yoke blown up in his face if something doesn't happen this evening, because apparently he shoved all his chips in on the July 4th Independence Day scenario. Um, do you just have to take him for what he is now at this stage, and that is a publicity merchant that is going to say whatever he needs to say to keep himself in the limelight?
Rio
I don't.
Go on.
Yeah, sorry, I don't think he needs to. He's in public limelight already, Rebel. If he said something, he's heard something. I can't see him just doing it for the sake of clicks or like that. He loves Man United, and all it will do is piss us off as fans. To be fair, if he keeps bleating and it's all bullshit. So no, I think he's heard something, to be fair.
Yeah, definitely. I will even say this. He knows something. Even maybe Stephen Howison knows something, people at the paddock, but I'm not privy to that information myself. You know what I mean? But Rio would not do that. It's not in his DNA. It's not his style. And he's well respected in the football community. He's not going to blow his old trumpet to inflate his ego. It's not his style at all. So he definitely knows something, like you say, like that Darth Vader moment. I sense a disturbance in the force. He knows Skywalker's here. When they're coming on the shuttle, they both look up. Vader's on that ship. So there's something in the wind, you know what I mean? So they know something.
So what
sorry, Rebel, before you go any further, Rebel, on Monday, I've got that picture for you. Can you see it?
Hold on, let me take this down. Hold on. Oh my gosh, he did it. I can't believe it. Wow. Oh, look at Ronaldo. Oh, I was going to say, look at his forehead.
Look again. Actually, he looks like Elton John when he was younger. Them sunglasses, Jesus.
Oh my God. I can't believe it. I thought it was a joke. I couldn't believe it. Yet now that I see the picture, jeez.
He's 19 and he's number 7 for Argentina.
Wow. How could you? Whereas this is probably back home in Argentina, isn't it? He wouldn't do this over here. Everyone would go crazy.
Well, he might have flown them in. He might have flown the midgets in from Argentina in a box.
Suitcase.
I'm not going to make any jokes about midgets or anything, but let's move on. Yeah, take it away.
Oompa Loompas. We are RG bra bra bra.
So, do we think so?
Take it down.
Sorry, I'm back.
So, do we think it's fair to say that Sheikh Jassim and his Qatari bid have the high ground at this stage, and that Anakin Vader is about to lose his arms and legs?
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah. There's only Jim Ratcliffe's not going to turn good at last minute and save everybody. He's not doing that. So yeah. The higher ground is with Qatar, and there's definitely something in the air. You can, it's like you dangle so many carrots, you're gonna get a bite, aren't you? And the media are not happy about it because they're gonna lose the gravy train. Because if Sir Jim was still in there, they'll have all the exclusivity they want. So they're not gonna get it anymore. So it's looking promising. Like I say, we're all bored of it. We're sitting to the back teeth of it. We just want it gone now and done now. So happy 4th of July to Qatar for liberating us.
Just quickly here, Matthew Bassett saying here that apparently Rio heard something on David from Ornstein from the Athletic, and we know that. And Dancing with the Devil saying Rio knows, so he's backing him. Want to say hi to Marshall. Said face orange frowning. Hand purple blue piece.
Can I just ask what the hell is that you're talking about? I'm sorry.
No idea.
I'm sorry. I have no. Thank you for taking the time to comment. And we understand it is in English. Oh, is it?
They're emojis, but they don't translate on StreamYard, so you'd actually have to go into the YouTube chat to see them.
Oh, face. Okay. Thank you very much, Rebel.
No problem. Amazing picture of the party for Garnacho. Dance with the Devil saying we don't want Greenwood. There was discussion about him. Viva Garnacho. Yes, the Dancing Devil saying that. I want to say hi to Michael Hill. He's saying, from what I've seen, David, I'm not very struck on him, to be honest. Haaland or Highland and another forward, even cheap Iranian guy from Porto would be
Taramni or whatever his name is.
big up to
Yeah,
Neil as well.
22,
Neil saying,
didn't he?
sorry, Rio, no more do we do 3 ago would depart. Sorry,
Oh,
Rio.
right. I see it now. I got it now.
Oh, you got
All
the
right,
emoji.
Marsha. Yeah, I saw the emoji now. It looks like a orange SpongeBob square pants with a frowny face. Right, I got it now. Sorry.
Big up Lucifer Morningstar as well. He said, good evening, everybody. He's a red devil, that's for sure. And here we go again. Neil saying, sorry, Rio, no more do we do 3 weeks ago. Say United would sold wrong and got wrong again. So yeah, down
Never
to
got
Rio.
it wrong. We will be sold.
Yeah.
So,
Can I just say, Rio Ferdinand, I mean, I have to give him credit. He does a lot for the Man United Football Club on the media as well. But I think I do watch his show. I think it's a good show. And it's unbiased as well. And he's got a lot of energy. I like Rio Ferdinand, man. And he does represent his club. Imagine he's come from West Ham. He's a Peckham boy. And he loves the club. He loves Man United.
Del Boy.
Yeah, like
I see. Sorry, I just got to jump in quick. Jeff, I see you disappearing. Definitely, we're all set up for Friday. As a member, one of the perks, Jeff is going to be on the agenda on Friday to discuss whatever we're discussing. I think he's going to have his camera on. But guys, if you are members and you want to you do want to jump on, even without your camera, it's not an issue. Just drop us a DM and we'll sort things out for you. Sorry, I'm on.
Can I just say as well, yeah, what day is it? The 4th today. So on the 12th, which is coming up very soon, it's 8 days' time. We've got our first game. And
4 p.m.
Is it 4 p.m.? Is it
4 p.m. kickoff? We've got Leeds. Leeds.
And Leeds have got a new manager, haven't they? They've got the old Norwich guy,
Farker.
Yeah.
Farquhar.
How many likes we've got? Just put how many likes you've got so far in the comments. So people jumping on now, like Martial, who's doing all the emoji thing. Press the like, man. We want to get to 50 today, if possible. Over to you, Rebel.
Thanks very much, gentlemen. I suppose my final question for you is, look, it seems like we're going to bed without having the takeover resolved yet again. But once it is into place, whether it's this month, next month, or whether it's at a point when the Glazers have driven us all to insanity and we're all seeking help for what they've done to us, how long will it take Manchester United Football Club to come back to a stage where we can be proud of our stadium being in good state of repair, proud of our training ground being in a first-class set, proud of the fact that we're doing our homework in the scouting network, proud of the fact that we have an academy that once again is the envy of the footballing world? How many seasons will it take them to fix the damage that the snakes have done?
Rebel, I'm going to be dead.
5 years. 5 years.
I'll be dead.
5 years to get the Carrington up to scratch Carrington and the facilities, and maybe 5 years to come up with either a new stand at the South Stand or an alternative stadium and plans. There's no doubt they'll have designs up and running. Well, I bet you, let's say, within 6 months, we'll have stadium designs. And like you say, we'll have consultations with fans and fans groups and everything. And they'll ask the season ticket holders, blah, blah, blah. And like I say, you'll see results within about 2 years, 18 months. It took Man City 5 years to build the complex, what they got now. Basically, I go out my door, it's on the left, I can't miss it. The big training facility. Man United own a lot of property around there. It's empty, it's vacant. They can start straight away building facilities on that big car park in that area. So it's what you design, it's what you can build, it's what you permits are not granted, councils, all that. Like if Manchester City Council get paid off by Man City, I'm sure Trafford City Council will love the money from Qatar. So it's just, it works in both ways, you know. Yes, stamp, approved. And all them little pound signs in the Trafford Councillor's eyes, mate, believe me.
Yeah, I go along with that. I think so do the guys in the comments. Andrew Williams is saying 5 to 7 years. Lucky Singh's in the house as well, talking about money and we're pushing stock exchange up to 25 today. Dance with Devil say a couple of years if we get Qatar money as money talks. I want to say hi to Dave P. How you doing? Serious question saying, do the facilities at Old Trafford actually deter some players from coming to us?
Good question.
Do you know what? I know. Obviously, we're the United bubble, so we think that we are like top of top, but I don't know. I mean, facilities wise, Leicester's. I mean, standard wise, we have to be one of the lowest.
What did Ronaldo say?
Yeah, it hadn't changed. Yeah,
I think that might have a bearing. Definitely what Ronaldo said.
Well, we look at someone like Kim. Kim was had an option of playing for us or going to Bayern Munich. And if he was shown around both clubs, stadiums, and facilities, surely Bayern would have been more impressive. That's for sure.
Definitely.
Can I just come in briefly, because Bill has been anxious to get our attention. If the questions that you are referring to is the level of distance that you can transport somebody from a throw, then no, I will not answer that question. But if I did miss something to regards to the takeover that you want put to the panel, please do repost it and I will put it up on the screen.
Can I just say, Bill and Andrew as well, stop trying to trick us here. It's really hard presenting shows when you guys are trying to put us in, get us in trouble. We have to stay on our toes like a midget in a urinal. Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
Move on.
Oh no!
Oh, lads.
Like Vincent saying here, that's because when we were trying to sign players,
Luckily, that went right above my head.
Vincent saying that's because when we were trying to sign players, we do it at Carrington. We should be doing it like we did with Mata at how Old Trafford and take him into the middle of the pitch, leaving it. I always struggle to read your text there, Vincent, but I hope you guys can see all that. And Lucky Singh staying here. New stadium, redevelopment, training pitch for the women's game, and he likes that. He's giving that a thumbs up as well. We've got Neil saying here, yes, Andy, Rio, my number something.
May know something.
All right, okay.
Twice.
Okay. There you go. Leave it as that, guys.
All right. Well, we are coming up toward the end of the show. It is tipping up towards 9:15, and usually around that time we hear Mr. B's stomach grumbling for munch. I want to thank Andy, as always, for joining us. Great conversation as per usual, and of course the Blues Brothers themselves, Monday Juma and Mr. B. But to wrap up the show in the immortal words of Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh no!
I'm sick of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. God bless, good night, and take care.